Just wee Jordan down here.
When I'm getting sleepy. Hey.
Hey, we're back, everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties. OBS is once again cursing our name, and we are cursing theirs.
Old Bad Soft. That's what it stands for.
You hired a witch to put a curse on them.
To curse OBS?
It's truly impressive with the recent update how much of a swift, smoothly running, crash your computer machine OBS has become. You can open it up and it'll crash your entire system within seconds.
It's free,
Most
baby.
efficient way to crash your computer.
That's
Like that.
For completely free.
If you gotta crash the whole, if the feds come in and you need to tear the whole mainframe down, just pop open OBS and try to do literally anything.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is episode 9 of Arc 5 of Better Than Heroes. If you are new to our stream, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rachel Weeks, and I play Klik, the level 13 Kreen fighter.
I'm Andrew, and I play Flute, aka the Windrider, a human bard warlock.
Hi, I'm Jordan, and I play the Moonboy, a level 13 Moonboy.
My name is Aaron Urist, and I play K.A.I Hammerstein, the Artificer.
And I'm Harlan Kelly. I'm the dungeon master of this game, and I'm not afraid of you, and I will kick your ass. It's the name of the
Whoa.
What?
It's
Whoa.
the name of a Yellow
Chat.
Tango album. I love it. Sorry.
New
Harlan's
French
coming
expression.
for you.
That is a good Yellow Tango album.
Wow.
That's good. I've just been trying to think of fun, spicy things to say as the DM. So
Yeah.
That was good. I felt it. I was threatened.
That's good.
Tonight we are going to play some 5e Spelljammer Dungeons & Dragons. But first, our show is live soundtracked by the wonderful Jason Wardell. Ow! The best. And it is brought to you by our patrons and our subscribers. If you are one of those, thank you so much. We're very grateful to you. You make this stream go around. You make it possible for us to pay Jason and our artists and make sure that this stream is cool and looks good. Thank you so much for doing that. And you make this stream better. You're the best.
You.
If you love the show and you want to see it grow, please consider supporting the stream financially, either by becoming a subscriber or a follower. That's not financially, but also supporting and becoming a patron. We really appreciate it. You can also pick up our merch at teespring.com, the Better Than Heroes store. There's a link that will pop up in the chat in a second here. You can check out some of our new merch. We've got a mug. We've got a t-shirt. It tells you to drink pee. You love that. You love that.
you love that.
You love it.
Every time I see it, I'm like, this is so good, and I can't believe it's real merch for our show.
That's a
Definitely
fair
gonna put one on my
response.
water bottle.
Yeah.
That's where it belongs.
You can also support the show by following us here on Twitch, following us on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram, or just by telling your friends who you think would like the show that we exist. That's a super cool way to support the show and is a huge contributor to making this stream grow. So we appreciate everything that you do to make this show better than heroes. You're the best. We're going to play some D&D in just a few moments, but first, we're going to go into last week's recap.
Okay. Previously on Better Than Heroes, back on the material plane, the party worked through the insect rave, which celebrated their return to the Kreen city of Jadurian. The Moon Girl put Moonboy's hat into stasis to prevent it from expelling the tide of varmints trapped inside until a suitable place to deal with the problem could be found. After a minor debacle locating the necessary spell components, Flute cast a spell which allowed him to invade Powerface the Beholder's dreams and deliver an important message. Fuck you. I discovered that the ship he had built, the crew, the Stella Luna, had been wrecked by mind flayers and set to work on new projects. As the party reached the early hours, Klik met up with Gluck and Aldos the Ortling, who were rolling face on bug essence, and wanted to show Klik something cool down in the Clutch's center. Who doesn't love to finish a long night out with a 3,000-foot descent into a psychic pit? What late-night secrets are down there? Pancakes? Find out right now on Better Than Heroes.
Very
Buddy.
good.
The sound returns.
So, Klik, you have found these two, seemingly revelrous companions of yours. Gluck, the Kreen teen who you found lost in the universe, and Aldous, the wise Ortling who managed to somehow astral project himself to you all in the astral plane, showing you some images of the world and requesting that you all return. And you found them revelrous out in the middle of Jadorian on this celebratory night, and they've encouraged you to go down into a graveyard 3,000 feet down.
Kreen love graveyards, though. Honestly, huge.
That's... I don't know if you're doing a bit or not, but or if you're establishing that's true about the world, but either way, the answer is yes. And I'm only saying that because I'm afraid. And so as you all kind of like float down here, Aldous and Gluck are both helping you descend a bit. I'm waving the mechanics. They cast fly on you. Aldous casts fly on all of you, so you all can fly down here. And you descend to the bottom, and it takes you all a while, and you're just kind of hurtling together this arcane sprint of sorts down to the bottom. And you remember, you like Gluck fell down here in the big fight, and K.A.I went flying after him. And you have never been down here. This is a very holy place, and also a place of like, it is a graveyard of prestige, a bit. And so it is a place that does not take visitors. People don't go in, and has not seen a lot of living life either. But yet you all float to the bottom, and as you get to the bottom, Aldous kind of just produces a glow off of himself. This large blue glow shines off of his body, and Gluck sets himself down kind of in this sedimented ground, this very like dusty bottom of this pit, and he looks at you and goes, "You ready to party?"
I'm down here?
Yeah, we're keeping the party rolling. I've been excited to show you this. And Aldous looks at you, he says, it's true, he has been very excited to show you this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, we got a raid.
Hello, Paradise
Hey, thanks, Paradise Pod. Welcome, everybody. We're just getting started.
Pod. Y'all are like regulars here now. Thanks for hanging out.
We love you guys.
And they kind of look around at this, just all you really see is like blue mist around you, as you can sort of see some of the stone walls of these pillars coming down. And there's maybe some like juts of pieces here and there sticking out of the ground, but it's a little hard to tell what you see around. And Aldous and Gluck are kind of walking off in a direction. Well, I guess Aldous is floating and levitating, but Gluck is, even though he has the fly mechanism on him, he's like walking forward in this ground, and they're just going off into the bottom of this cavern. What are you doing?
I'm sort of reluctantly following them.
Sure,
Like,
yeah.
wait, what do you mean we're going to party? Down here? That's insane.
Yeah. Gluck says, "Don't worry, you're not in for some serious time. I'm sharing a gift with you," he says.
All right, but I'm a lightweight, all right?
Clearly, Gluck says, like kind of like staggering a little bit. And you can tell he's like smoking something too. He has like this like little tiny pipe that he has with him. And Aldous is just like floating along with his legs crossed and his huge head just radiating this aura of blue light. And as you step up, you see 5 or 6... it's hard to tell what they are. 5 or 6 rectangles covered in cloth. And the cloth has been brought down here as well. Like these aren't things that were here before. There are 5 or 6 rectangles in and around here that have been covered with cloth recently. And as you see that kind of like in a little bit of an alcove against one of the walls, you see these rectangles leading up to it that have been covered in cloth. And there is what looks like a split open cocoon of some sort on the ground, and it's like a clamshell, like a rectangular clamshell almost, split open on the ground, and it has this this purple black light radiating from it as it seems to be cracked open, and above it is a clock. Which you would recognize as of Kreen making, that looks somewhere between. It has this like small orb rotating it that would be an arcane symbol for the radiance of the bioluminescent light above Jadorian. But it's kind of like a mood light that tells time, but it's stuck in this sort of twilight state. You can tell.
What? Is it stuck? What's going on? What's it for?
And Gluck looks back at you, kind of like, clearly he's got like drunk eyes a little bit, and for a Kreen, and he's just like one big eye, and all like you can just see how active all of the different eyes inside of his large eye are, as he's just kind of like looking around. And he's like, "You'll see." And Aldous is like, "That sounds so horrifying when you say it like that." And I just, be along for the ride, Aldous says, again, very like awkwardly and unconvincingly.
Insight check?
Absolutely, go for it.
Oh, not very good. 6.
They are apprehensive, but not hiding anything. They're both a little too like blitz to be able to pull off something big. And even though you've been imbibing in the festivities, Aldous is not known for his charisma, and Gluck is not known for his suave. And so both of them are very excited nerds here a little bit, just being like earnest and off-putting because they specifically are like freaking out about what they have to show you. They're trying to play it cool.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, just... All right. I'm coming.
Cool. You walk up to this like cocoon here, and I would love for you to do a perception check first, and then an Arcana check after that.
Perception. 15.
Okay, cool. You can tell that the things that are covered, these rectangles that are covered close to the cocoon, are mirrors. There's some sort of mirrors that have been the mirrors are definitely here and are from this specific or for this specific location, but they have been recently covered.
Okay. Arcana is a 16. 16.
The cocoon is radiating with necromantic magic.
Whoa. What's... What kind of magic is this?
Gluck's like, it's necromantic because Aldous and I have figured something out. We've been tinkering and we've been listening in our own unique ways, and when we brought our voices together, we were able to hear what we needed, he says, kind of holding his little pipe up.
You've been tinkering with the dead, Aldous? This is not a good thing.
Well, he says that's simplifying it a bit. He says we've been looking for pathways of information, and I think we have one. He says, taking the little pipe that Gluck has from him and like smoking it. When he does, it like lets out this huge burst of smoke that is surprising for how like little of a puff he took. And there's now just like the area around you is very cloudy with this smoke. What are you doing? Like, if it's just waiting, that's totally fine. But I also want to make sure and give you plenty of time before I just keep continuing.
I mean, she's clearly nervous and not really interested in messing with the dead. But these are two people that she trusts.
Yeah.
So it's like, she's being peer pressured, and I'm deciding if it works.
Yeah, and I think that's the main question too. Is like, do you trust them more than these things are ringing? Because I think in game that should match up, especially with the dice, what you've rolled here, and like your feeling of like this is maybe a bad thing should line up with Klik's feelings. But the balance that you have, the decision you have as a player, is if you think Klik trusts them more than she's reading these signs as warning signs.
All right. Look, you guys. All right, this better not be a prank.
What is a prank? Gluck says. Alice says, "Ooh, yes. What is a prank? That sounds menacing." God.
It's like when you hurt somebody, but it's funny. Moonboy loves them.
Gluck's like, why would you hurt someone for fun? I mean, that's...
I don't know. You don't like really hurt them. You like a little bit hurt them. It's like some kind of joke.
Aldous says, like wrestling. Is it like wrestling?
No. Wrestling isn't particularly funny. This is more funny.
Yeah, Gluck's like, I've seen some funny wrestlers.
Yeah, but it's more like a surprise. It's like a surprise party, but if the surprise party hurt you a little bit.
That's an attack. Aldous says, that seems very rude. And they're continuing to hand
really.
They're continuing to hand this pipe back and forth, and then at some point they realize, and they kind of like come to their senses, and they look back at you and they say, wait. And Gluck hands it to you, and he says, you need to ward off the evil as well.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm glad we remembered to also get me high. All right.
Sorry.
Ward off the evil. That's what I call it, too.
Are you taking it from her?
She'll accept the pipe. Be like, but only because we could die like at any point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you are in a graveyard for sure, and there is clearly a doorway of some sort open in the ground that just has this like purple light spewing from it at all times. But nothing has happened with it, and they seem very nonchalant about it. And so, when you take this little pipe from them, I'd love for you to have a roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, let's do it when your friends try to poison you. Constitution saving throw.
You can hold in your hit, dude.
11.
So I will let you.
Joint con save, bruh.
Trick is to fail a con save.
They're like, I'm leaving. I'm going away.
Dude, this shit will give you the prone condition.
Totally petrified, bro.
Then I will leave it up to you here, Klik, on how to play this a little bit, because this is something that is an intoxicating material that you have smoked, but it is their intention here is to ward off evil spirits, to ward off evil, and to give them protection, to give the moment here that you all are about to experience protection. Because with your inhale of it and with your exhale of it, you can kind of see how the smoke that you exhaled is mixing with the smoke that they exhaled into this cloud, and it starts to form a little bit of a bubble around you, almost as if there's some sort of protective field that you are being brought into. And with that, the smoke that is coming out of the cracked cocoon as well joins it, and you see something move inside of it. And these large, three-pronged arms grab at each side, and then you see another set of large three-pronged arms grab at the side, and then another set of large three-pronged arms grab at the side, and it pulls itself up as if pulling someone, as if it's pulling itself up from a trapdoor that doesn't have a ladder in it. And you see two huge that look like peacock feather antennas coming up and out, and then you see another set of what look like these large, like sprawling heron feather antenna coming out here, and then some smaller but like very flush and bright colored antenna coming off of the side. And you see this three-headed crane step up and out of this cocoon.
Is happening?
And you hear a voice in your head that sounds like three people speaking at one time in unison together say, "I am Ka.I, and this is my day where I can step into the sun," she says as she gestures around to the dark graveyard all around you. And she towers over you, like maybe like 5 to 10 feet taller than you. And she looks down at you and she goes, "You are Klik Laktada. I have spoken with Gluck and Aldous about you."
And you're high when this happens.
Don't know about that.
Are you not? She said, and looks around, and Gluck and Aldous are both kind of like, almost like they're
no. I am. Who are you? You're Ka.I?
Ka.I, she says.
Do we know a Ka.I?
You can roll a history check here, absolutely.
Nope. We don't. Never heard of Ka.I. 7.
Yeah, you can't. All of the voices that are in your head are so often are not present. You can't. You're having trouble like connecting with anything or remembering your own name. You can't really remember like history lesson here because it's so. It just looks like this towering, gigantic crane as she looks down upon you and says, "Do not be afraid. I am the manifestation of Jadorian. I am the teacher, the student, and the warrior here to act, listen, and bestow upon you this place." She says, "I have been watching you, and I have seen what your friends have done. I have spoken with your compatriot, K.A.I, she says, kind of like waiting for a moment, and she says, and these two here, the one who thinks with his heart and the one who listens with every piece of his body," like gesturing toward Aldous and Gluck, and is like, "And I know that your Drasna, your family, your found collection of clutch members have decided that they will save the world." And she like gestures around and she says, "And I believe that that's true, and you should."
That's a relief, I guess. Just to be clear, what exactly have you seen us do? Because we've done a lot of weird stuff on this planet and others. I'm sorry for what you have and have not seen. I don't know how Moonboy sleeps, but it's probably not good to see
I am a being of nature. I take all of the... I take the piss with the nectar. It says, looking at you, like leaning over you, very confused.
I imagine Moonboy sleeping involves both.
New sticker alert.
I love the idea that in our world these are two diametrically opposed elements.
Piss and
Yes.
nectar. Yeah.
Nectar.
The three elements: piss, Fanta, and nectar.
Now I'm just picturing Avatar: The Last Airbender, and there's nectar benders. Now I'm lost. Now
Piss
I'll never be found again.
Phantom
Piss
benders
benders.
are just juggalos. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Juggalos are just Fanta benders. Except for it's what is it? It's
Fago.
Fago.
That's for Dracula's.
As you're saying this, you see crawling out of the cocoon behind her is another like large creature, and all of these antennas seem to be moving together and in perfect unison and have the same. They're just like all the same colors that keep shifting as it stands up, and you hear a "Don't bully her, Ka-Cha," as this other huge, large Kreen steps out. And like, tonight is the night for partying, and she deserves to party too. And Ka-Cha looks back and she says, "I will speak to her as I will." And with the and you hear he's like, "Look," and she cuts him off. She's Laccho. You behave. And he goes, "I will absolutely not behave. That's in the nature of my spirit. I'm three rascals tucked into one to try and tell the other side of the story of this place." And she goes, "Quiet!" And he goes, okay, Jesus. And he goes, "Hey, Aldous, Gluck," and they're like, really, they pass him the pipe, and he goes, "Oh, thanks for warding off the evil spirits. Appreciate you. Covering the mirrors too. Look at you." They say. What's Klik?
Hi. I think her eyes are just getting a little glassy. And she's starting to lose focus, and their three heads become one, become six, become three, become six, become nine. And she's like, are you ancestors or... Welcome to the party. I'm sorry, I'm not... I seem to be affected by the smoke.
"Oh yeah, good," says the revelrous one in the back, and Laccho, and he's like, Good. Yeah. You needed to ward off the evil spirits here. Like, here we are, like, connecting through this because you're able to let go of all the immediate moments. This is good. Yes, we are a connection. We are a connection between you and the psionic energy that you feel of every living thing that has come before you. It's perfect. And this is the time for us to be able to commune with you and say things to you and give you things. And, apparently you touched on some of them in the astral plane, but those are they're still kind of alive. He waves his big, three of his three clawed Kreen hands, and he says, "But now's the time when we, the symbols of nature, can actually help you," he says.
You can help? What, with, like, the mess that we have to fight soon? Or with just the party tonight?
Oh my god. He looks at Gluck. "Aldous, you all are more worthless than me." And Ka-Cha, the larger, more composed one, is like, "You, as an avatar of nature and life, do not call yourself worthless." He's like, I just said they're more worthless than me. And as they kind of argue together, and she says, silence all of you." And she looks down at you again, Klik, and she says, "I apologize for interrupting your night of joy and love and security, but I am here."
Oh, it's okay. We sort of came to your house, I think.
All of life is our house, I believe. And
That's true.
Lockjaw goes up at her. And she's being polite. And she nods at you and she goes, yes, you are being polite.
Yeah.
I take it as a sign of respect.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm freaking out, you guys.
That's fair.
What can
It's going to get worse.
What?
Yes, we're gonna make you. I'm about to ask you to make difficult decisions.
I got it. That's my worst nightmare. Okay.
Yes.
I guess.
It's okay, she says. And she looks down at you, this like large, huge three-headed crane, and she looks at you and she says, "Don't worry. In fact, we have a song for this. I am going to give you a list of rights, a list of gifts that we have thought about for a long time. Those who have seen you, those who have lived with you, and those who are connected with your psychic thoughts. And we have witnessed what you and your friends have done. And so we have decided that you all, if you wish to be the protectors of Jadorian and take on the mantle of take on the mantle of continuing life here in our home, then we will give you our knowledge. We will give you glimpses of the knowledge of all that is."
Oh. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? That sounds scary. It sounds like a lot.
It is a lot. But you are already protecting your home and you are already protecting life, are you not?
I guess we're just kind of protecting each other, and that happens to align with protecting most of the planets that we are on as well. But no, it's it's hard. Okay, yeah. No, I'm ready.
I will tell you, if you do not wish to protect every thought that has been thought ever by this realm of existence, now is the time to say so.
Oh boy, the old guilt trip.
It is okay. We will forgive you. We understand the plea of the plight of mortals, but we are willing to give you a gift if you do feel like you would like to protect every living thought that has existed and will exist. Thanks, Jordan. I appreciate that.
I mean, what does it even mean to protect all the thoughts? You know all the thoughts, and you're just like, I gotta keep an eye on them. What am I signing up for here? Like, is there like a list of responsibilities?
You know how your friends go to sleep?
Yeah.
And when they have described dreams to you, yes, the thing that we sages study, this anomaly, this unknowable, ineffable thing that Kreen can never know.
Yeah, they've told me about it. Mm-hmm.
Well, from what we know, the opposite, what all we are asking you to protect is the idea that even when you die, there may still be thoughts out there. That even though when all of the world goes into a slumber-like state, that there will still be thoughts left. And we aren't asking you to parse the thoughts, and we aren't asking you to protect every single thought all of the time. All we are asking you is to protect the existence of thoughts.
Oh, I mean, I am pro thoughts. Generally.
And Alice goes, I told you she was pro thought. We've talked about this and tossed about it, and I said she's pro thought for a long time.
Yeah. But it's hard to be anything else. Like, how can you be anti-thought, right? Like, that was unless you're a mind flayer, and then that's just breakfast.
And even then, they're kind of pro thoughts because they love to eat them.
They love them.
Mm-hmm. Actually, let me clarify, says the more revelrous three-headed Kreen here, Laksho, and he says, again, I am a being of fun and revelry and dance and excitement. I am the peace of nature. I am the rhythm of the hum of nature. And I am here to tell you that you do not need to take this on in order to have our favor. And you do not need to say yes with your mortal life to protecting this vague concept that is being thrown at you, for us to love you and for everyone you know to love you. All we are asking you is if we as gods can give you, not gods, that's not fair. And everyone is like, oh, boo. And he's like, I'm just trying to explain it quickly and succinctly.
No, you're a god. You're a god.
I'm not, goddammit.
Honestly, gods clarify things if we can simplify to that.
But
that
we're
actually
not,
helps.
and she says we're not gods.
Okay.
We're manifestations
Sorry.
of nature. And
Avatars.
And he's like, but
Suspenders.
we just want to give you and your friends aid by connecting them all to the psychic cloud that is our love and thoughts. And if you do not want that, do not take that. And Gluck and Aldous both keep smoking and nod along yeah, exactly.
First of all, can I just touch your antenna? They're just really big and
Yeah, absolutely.
purple.
You touch them?
Yeah.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's so low.
Oh my God.
12.
Cool. You know how before you touch the clutch of souls and you lived a whole adventure through that?
Yeah.
You have 4 of those. It's a whole campaign that happens with a whole party that just happens so fast that you can't even quite remember it. It just, you hit and it's just whoom, to this whole civilization for a moment that just rocks you back here.
You see all of campaign 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's canon.
You guys are... Look, I don't know. We had this, and it was supposed to protect against evil demons, and I'm not ready to be here. Our friends, we're trying to protect everybody, and we're trying to get rid of the mind flayers and trying to get rid of the. We sort of brought Powerface here, but not on purpose. We were trying to stop him. So everything, we're just trying to solve our own messes. And I don't know if I'm the right person to be protecting the concept of thinking. But if these guys think that I'm the right person for the job.
Gluck interrupts and says, "Oh, we think." Sorry. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
Then I'll do my best. I've already turned down one position with this clutch, and I can't. I just love you guys.
and yeah, the two 3-headed Kreen stand next to you and kind of tower over you like large trees, and they say in unison together, "We love you too."
That's nice. Thanks. Okay. Yeah. No, we're pro thought. Hopefully, we've got a lot of problems, so hopefully it doesn't add to the list. But if it'll help, we just want things to be better.
It will help.
All right.
Yeah, it will help. Ka-Cha says, and she leans over and she says, "Let us sing the song." And then we will join in together. And
Another Saturday night, and I ain't got nobody.
You see stepping out here is the 3 Kreen. The 3 Kreen that are separate beings here. They're not formed into one, and they're 3, and you recognize them as the 3 Kreen that gave you your Chachka back on Firmaregna. And you're not 100% sure if it's exactly them or if this creature is just appearing to you in some way that you will respect and listen to. But all 3 of them step out here, and they as they do, they begin to hum. And all three of them kind of like one of them takes starts brushing their legs together. The other one starts to like chirp from its mouth. And the other one starts to like flitter its wings together. And you recognize that they are saying this together in your Kreen language. The future is not doomed when a life finishes its fall. Though brutal its steps taken toward wisdom's for us all. Not one of us knows the name of each folk that got us here, but they know that we remember and each laugh, blush, and cheer. So go out and vibrate. Feel the hum that is your home. You won't find your life by carving your name into stone. Each life is with you always, so do not fret, you've always known. No. Celebrate, little larva. Too soon you will have flown. And after that happens, the 2 3-headed avatars of nature just start to yell out into this cavern. They just go for a long time. And Gluck joins in and Aldous joins in. You can kind of feel it like ringing in your head telepathically, as well as they are verbally just like yelling out together. And their Gluck kind of like nudges you and it's like, come on, as they're all just like, and eventually it dies down after each of you kind of like run out of breath. And they look at you and each like the 3 Kreen that sang that song together nod. And the jovial 3-headed Kreen known as Lakcho nods and walks back into the cocoon, and then Ka-Cha hands you this small rolled up leaf and says, "Read it when you get home," and nods, and then yells again out into the cavern and steps back in. And as soon as she steps back in, the cocoon just seals itself shut, and there's like a wind down here that blows the drapings off of the 6 like rectangular mirrors that are scattered around, and it's just quiet, and you're in a dark cavern again. And after a bit of silence, Aldous goes, "Well, shall we?" and starts to fly back up.
I don't know. I'm trying to decide if that was a prank.
Gluck says, "Well, did it hurt?"
No, I guess not.
Was it funny?
She'll fly up after them. It was kind of funny.
Okay, well, they say as you all are like flying up and discussing whether or not this was a prank.
Just not ha-ha funny.
Yeah, it's sort of strange. I'm not sure what the distinction is with pranks, though. It could be either, honestly. And she'll tuck the leaf sort of in a safe place. And a little unclear about where she should read it, honestly. Said, "Read it once you get home." And she's like,
Yeah.
We've had a few of those.
Cool. And I think with that, we are going to cut to break here. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break, a little bit early here, as it feels like a good dividing line for this scene, where we're going to drink, pee, and we'll see you here in just 5 minutes, everybody.
Drink pee, everybody.
Woo!
Forget.
Now immediately regret not having us live for that great joke.
I think I would have done good in vaudeville. What is it? Tiny Hat get chased by a gorilla?
Crazy piano.
And some other
Crazy piano,
stuff.
Yeah. I guess all of the 3.
And some other stuff that you do in your act now.
I get... Yeah, when I get hit in the head with a board and the nail sticks in my head and I have to go to the hospital for stooge-related injuries. Gotta go to the stooge ward.
You gotta quit stooging, the doctor tells you.
Yeah.
One more
Can't live this
stooge in the head.
stooge life.
What is it this time? I was eating spaghetti and there was an electrical wire in there instead of pasta, and I ate it and got electrocuted.
Doctor told me I had to quit stooging, so I belted him.
You know that was a real thing? Like, Curly used to get poked in the eyes on the street and shit?
That's not.
It's true.
Just
That's
hell.
very funny.
Just hell.
Just slapped
Yeah.
in the face.
Totally.
Insane.
People back then were like, hey, it's that fella from the films. I'm gonna belt him with a golf club.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Wow.
for another time, perhaps.
I'm gonna meet you all in real life and cast fireball at you. I don't know.
I would be nothing but proud.
Okay, cool.
Did you see Harlan? Harlan can do real magic now.
Harlan knows third
Harlan
level spells.
Finally figured it out.
I had him
in the
enough
park every week
gasoline in my
practicing.
sleeve. Yeah.
Whoa.
But where did the lighter fluid come from? Okay.
So Klik, after that, you kind of you fly back home somehow. You fly back.
You fly home.
At least you fly to the parked dinger here that is at the Jadorian city center, and the party has calmed down enough where you can feel the psionic energy teetering that everyone's going to topple soon here and need to rest, and you kind of just fly back and are able to nestle up however you wish inside of the dinger, as we can call this a long rest for you all and call it the morning, unless you want to do anything. Unless anyone wants to do anything before they sleep.
Klik goes to Goat's Pod.
Okay.
I think on the way there, you pass Moonboy in the hall, and he's like got a robe on, and he's going to bed with a big jug of nectar and a big jug of piss. And he's like, "Where the hell have you been?" All right, good night.
I do not understand sleep. I do not. Every time I think I understand it, I do not know what they're doing.
Those jugs.
They're like TJ Maxx Home Goods, like honey pots that say piss.
Yeah, it's just written on there.
It's like coffee.
It would make sense for him to have an empty jug that he was going to pee in,
Nectar.
like, in the night, but to bring the full jug.
It's not full. It's not
You don't know if
full.
it's full.
He said it was full.
Depends on your point of view.
He
really.
said jug of piss. Doesn't mean full. Is the piss jug half full? Or half?
Depends on your perspective.
for you to decide.
It could be different.
Depends on how much you drank.
Good Lord.
And scene.
Wipe it.
Another piss-related improv, courtesy.
Oh, God.
Thank you. We've been piss cricket.
This is
Right.
2.5 years of
goddamn
my
years
life.
old.
I love it.
It's not just your life.
Masterpiece.
Our life.
No, it's
Master
it's
piss?
the collective you.
No, stop it.
Master Piss Theater.
Okay.
No.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
I, too, will make my way back to the dinger to check on everybody.
Yeah. Klik just is too high and is holding this weird leaf and is a little afraid to look at it, so she retreats to where her friend's body is, and where I think it would normally give her the creeps to be in there, but she tonight is high enough that it's just her friend's body in there.
Yeah.
So she sort of like sits in the dark corner by the goat pod.
And you can hear, like, in your bit of a heightened, attuned state here, you can just hear this reorganizing of cells and goo and flesh inside of there, just
And
there, and it sounds like a washing machine under warm water. Yeah.
Oh, well
Nope.
done.
How does the water
Hated it.
sound warm? It does. Yeah, as
You
it's just
can feel it. Okay.
but it's I mean
She
it's
loves
like,
it. Klik loves it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is.
It's very soothing. I used to study in the dryer room in college, like where the washer and dryer is, because it was kind of warm and there was a little bit of a hum, and it's like that.
Nice.
Except for your friend's guts rearranging.
That's why I said that. Yeah. So
If it was your friend's innards in the washing machine.
Yeah. Getting clean.
you're dead. That sound, except your dead friend being reborn. And so,
Yeah.
Kai, as you come back, you find a passed out Klik. You're not sleeping. You're just kind of like exhausted and resting here by this throbbing cocoon. I just had to say it, and it was going to happen. So,
Yep.
and
Pulsating.
yeah. The fleshy pod, and then Kai, Flute, Moonboy, are you all just kind of turning off here, going,
Yeah.
calling it a
Long
night?
rest time.
Great,
Yes.
great. Flute, you and Cobble come up from the depths, the bowels of the ship, and head toward hammocks, I believe. Want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
Great.
I will, I will look in on other sleeping party members. See that Klik is tuckered out from the party. I assume I see Oliphanticulus asleep somewhere.
In the kitchen
Where's he gone?
specifically, him and Clang, he's in his large green chair, just seems to have passed out while drinking some tea.
Excellent.
Looks like somebody
Well,
cleaned up the tea service, which is cool.
I will clean that up. And then, just go into the cupboard and close the door.
So sad.
Is this how Kai sleeps? He just goes
Yeah,
into the
don't
pantry
actually
and
sleep,
doesn't
but
come out?
Shut down
I just
closet.
kind of go in there.
Yeah, you usually go out and do watch, but
Usually I'm doing stuff, but
Like a vacuum.
it's relaxing. You
Just
don't have the
puts
context.
himself
You
away in
wouldn't-
the broom closet.
you wouldn't understand.
you open your broom closet and Moon Girl's in there, but she's passed out.
Ah.
She's like definitely been like drinking, and she's like,
I
"Oh
do.
hey,
I go find a different closet.
it's cool. We
one's
can both
taken.
fit." I'm very
Wink.
small.
All right.
Cool. And you all are able to take a long rest here.
All right.
No bother from Powerface, and just
Nice.
able to rest up and sleep a full night here on Jadorian.
Creep ass power face. Sleep
Daddy.
creep.
And you are awakened.
Oh.
You are awakened
Oh.
by what sounds
Never
like a
good.
yodel. This large, throaty, extended note of oh, woo. It kind of like happens a few different times, and it's coming from the kitchen. And
I open the door
Yeah.
to the cupboard.
so Kai, you are the first one there on the scene, and I know you might not have imagined that you would need the roll 20 tonight, but you are going to need the roll 20 in this moment.
My
Okay.
goodness.
All right.
I'm in there.
But
Okay.
so you can see this amazing art done by
Oh, all right.
Jordan.
Oh my God.
Nope, that's
This
not. That's
guy.
not what.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. What can you see?
I see. I
Someone
gotta
tell
see
me what you
What?
see.
This
I
little
see a
guy with the
little-
beard?
Good.
See a little
okay,
fellow.
Great. All right,
green
we're all looking at
feet?
the right thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and you
I
see
have the
Okay.
right thing.
You see Arigula, the honey moss dwarf, standing there and seemingly celebrating,
Ah.
kind of like floating up there. And this is the art that Jordan did of Arigula, the honey moss dwarf. Shout out to it. It is
yeah.
amazing.
Look at
I love
him.
him. Look at this honey moss dwarf right here.
I love his little moss feet.
He's amazing. Good morning.
Ah,
Good morning.
guys.
Regular rocket lettuce.
And you see,
People are still asleep.
you see,
I'm glad to see that you're in good spirits.
and you see a very sleepy but up and at him Malzor kind of like behind him. He's like, I know, I agree. He says, yeah, you're totally right.
I wink at Malzor. I see, celebrating.
Yeah,
glowing.
He's very excited, Malzor says.
He's very excited.
What, why is he yodeling? What are you celebrating?
He says his death is coming soon.
Ugh.
Right,
I feel worried about it. I
Does he
really
want to
like this guy,
expand?
Malzor says.
do you want to expand on that? How is your death, why is your death coming soon? I know that you were excited about that, and, trying to make that happen, but...
I kind of just want Moonboy to be on the scene for this conversation because he's interested in it. So I think this is the point at which Moonboy
absolutely
walks in with his robe on. Still, he just woke up and he's like, "Who's making all the damn noise?" And you see that like he's got the piss and nectar jar, but the piss has been swapped with the nectar somehow in the night. And he's like, "Everybody try to sleep in here, try to wake me up with yodeling." And he's emptying both into the sink. What's going on here?
Irregular here seems to think that their death is coming soon, and they're excited.
Oh.
When you say that out loud, too, Cobble pops out of a cabinet and is like, him too, huh?
Easy.
Jeez, good lord, it's a regular
Easy, big fella.
Jim Henson's creature closet around here.
I was gonna say the same thing.
What's going on, Malzor? What's going on, Irregular?
Yeah, what is
Lay it out, lay it on us.
Is this a death cult thing? Because I don't think we can. I mean, for the love of God, man.
I forget. You can speak with Irregular now too, right, Kai? I forgot. But yeah, that Irregular.
Think so?
Yeah, Irregular turns to you and says, "No,
that's right.
I am. There is no worry. There is no cult. I feel certain that I will be able to join back with my original foyer. I believe that soon I will be fed to something, and it will absorb me back into the universe in a way that I deeply desire, because I wish to nourish the gods," he says, kind of like nodding.
Interesting.
Showbiz.
Do you often feel this way?
I mean, toward the end of my life, yes, I felt as I grew older and shed my youth, I was able to know that death should not be is not a whisper, but a gift handed down, and I am ready to hand my gift down to those, because every great being knows that death is like trimming the hedges. It must happen.
No, I understand
yes,
the way
okay,
that you
good.
feel about death. I do, but I'm particularly interested in why you think you're going to die today.
No,
That's the part I think that is relevant.
Not today, soon. I am celebrating because I now trust you all, and I realize I am back with friends, and I was stuck for so long in the belly of a beast. And just thinking that my punishment for existing was to just be forced to continue to exist. But now instead, I believe that I am growing closer and closer to my own death, and I celebrate that. I'm not hurrying it, and I'm not rushing it, and it does not need to be this day, but I feel that it draws closer and closer with every second of my existence, and I love it.
That's what's happening to everyone.
I've not talked to anyone in so long. It's such a relief, he says, floating over to you and putting his mossy hands on you.
Okay.
Moonboy's going through snacks in the fridge, and he's like, "What's he saying? Death cult?"
Yeah, he's excited about dying. It was nice for a while. He was glad to be with people that he likes, but he's back to being excited to die.
Did he say something about rejoining a collective or rejoining a hive or so? Yeah,
Correct,
death cult.
yes.
Okay. So that's all right. He doesn't seem
It's
dangerous,
not a cult
right?
per se. I think it's...
I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
Pretty culty, right? Right down to the beard. Not a bad
little
look.
bit. Have you had any specific premonitions? You just think that you're on the right path.
I can feel myself back on the mortal plane, and that means that I am continuing to age, and I am continuing to move closer to being absorbed by those that need to.
That's right.
Yes, take my nutrients from me.
If you want to put it that way. Right, we're back on the material plane. No longer trapped in the astral sea. You're getting older.
Yes.
Mazel tov.
What a gift you have given me. Thank you, he says, kind of like like bowing in front of you. And Malzor's like, yeah, do you want to go keep working on the garden with me? I have a lot more questions about general practices of your life. He says, he looks at you and says, Kai, Malzor's very boring. But he is a sweet, kind puppy of a being.
Would crush him.
Malzor has spent his lifetime studying your people and their civilization.
I'm sorry for his waste of life.
Oh, bummer. Don't say that to him.
What's he saying? Nice stuff?
Very nice.
I can just tell him anything if he wants. Is that what I should do?
Yeah, doesn't he
keeps
speak
asking
the
me
language?
He does, but he's very bad at it. And Malzor says, "Why are you being mad at him?" Malzor says.
That's not what he said. It's Malzor. You know what? It's fine. Just.
Do you have any other interests?
Yeah. Are you into anything else besides the honey moss dwarves?
You mean
Not
the thing I
right?
spent my life and risked my whole existence for, and then you all found me in the cocoon of that place?
Yeah. I'm just checking.
Confused. Is it a problem?
Yeah, he likes.
Oh, I'm just curious if you have any other hobbies or interests.
Likes
botany.
Gardening.
Yeah.
Botany? Right. Yes, botany. Yeah. Why don't you? You guys can go back down to the garden and work down there, and you'll inch closer to your sacred demise down there.
Are you saying that you're saying that to Aurigula, not Malzor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
Malzor gets a little bit of it and he goes, "Sacred demise, sacred." And Aurigula nods at you and kind of like taps Malzor on the shoulder and is like, "Come with me." And I'd love for you to do either a persuasion check or a deception check here, Kai. And the persuasion check goes toward Aurigula, and the deception check goes toward.
It's persuasion.
Cool. Yeah. Well, you're either doing a deception check to Malzor or a persuasion check to Aurigula.
Totally, they are the same. But are they? 5.
Wonderful. Aurigula is taking the hint and nodding at you, but he looks at you like, "I'm doing you a favor," kind of like.
Not really.
And he floats away with Aurigula.
Oh boy, that's oh shit. There's a whole lot of unfortunate happening over there. I'll poke my head in on Klik.
I think Klik intercepts the Aurigula and Malzor coming into the botany room. Because she's like, that's the room she's in, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she's still like sort of in the dark, in the corner, not asleep.
I love it.
They burst through the door talking in deep tongues. Klik is in the dark corner by herself and just starts like with a low clicking and a little bit of frustration at the light and like this sort of strange hangover. Like her antenna are a little just askew, and she's making a low rumbling sound at the light that comes in when they open the door.
Oh, sorry. Klik there.
Kinda terrifying.
Yeah.
And Aurigula just like floating this, he goes, and Malzor's like, "Yeah, do you mind if we garden across your around your unconscious body?"
She like stands to her full height, and you can sort of hear her limbs creak and crack as she stands up from being folded in the corner. and looks down upon these two little men, just like steps directly over them and out the door on the other side.
You hear Mousa goes, "Wow, she woke up singing Kreen. That's amazing." Anyway, let's begin by pruning here. You hear as you step away. And Flute, what are you doing here on this morning?
I think Flute wakes up as late as possible, real rested after a full night's sleep on the material plane.
Yes. Feel it.
This is what your D&D fantasy is becoming. He gets to go to bed.
He slept in. There's no woodpecker in this world, so he doesn't get woken up at 5 in the fucking morning.
Woodpecker.
Right in a woodpecker.
Oh my god! I'll use all the magic on this woodpecker.
Woodpecker can't get you here. The one place you're safe from it.
How mean would that be if you shared that with me, that this woodpecker in real life is keeping you up, and then I was like, okay, Flute, roll for...
You hear a tapping from outside.
But it's like a gigantic, like rock-sized woodpecker.
Woodpecker. Dire
Yeah.
woodpecker.
Dire woodpecker.
Yeah.
Dire pecker.
4 foot
come
beak
out.
like a harpoon.
Every new moon, yikes.
I'm back in flute mode as my belt's flipped around, just kind of yawning, and I'll just kind of shuffle into the kitchen, rooting around for some what are they called? Hover crumpets.
Yeah, Moonboy's got some of them. There's like a few left, and he's buttering them up with various things from the fridge. Some of which is food.
Let me see what we've got. We've got some pickles, of course. Got some Anubis loaf here.
Anubis loaf?
Yeah, I can make some laser tarts if you want.
Oh, hell yeah. Taught me, Daddy-o. I feel like I haven't eaten in a long time. You know what? I feel like, just for the record, would you mind if I...
and he offers to cast Hero's Feast on the feast that you're preparing, so as to give us the benefits of it.
Ooh,
Sure.
can't go wrong with the little hero's feast.
He's going to imbue K.A.I.'s breakfast buffet with druidic magic, and be like,
here, use some of these mushrooms in your
Sure. I
what's
guess I'll make
that
something
Spanish
good.
omelette thing? A frittata?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and this is a crazy space artichoke. You can put that in there.
I've got some angel meat here that I could grill.
Angel meat.
Right? Yeah.
Klik steps over Moonboy and just takes the raw angel meat and is like,
Oh god.
snap.
oh god. Moonboy's gonna grow a mushroom on it as she's gobbling it down, so Klik gets the effects of the Hero's Feast.
Oh god.
Angel meat
Jurassic
for
Park.
everyone.
So everybody may add. Give me just a second. I'm also going to roll my d6 to see if today is a good day or bad day as we munch. It is a good day. So rare.
Of that.
Love to see it.
Once.
We'll
For
take that.
once.
You've got the hat under control. It's a good day.
That is under control,
where-
sort of.
So where is your hat? You gave
It's
it.
in
You
this,
left
like-
it with the moon girl.
Yeah, she's got it in a field.
As he's like stuffing
Is that,
greasy
did she
breakfast into his
recommend
mouth.
that? Or did
Yeah,
you
it
just
was
leave
like-
it in a field somewhere?
Well, no. no, it's like
forgot
a
we
magic
talked
field,
about
not just like open in a field. It's well, I was talking to her, and I did mention, I was like, what about some kind of a field? And she was like, I don't know what that means. And I was like, well, you're the high-level wizard. And then we sort of argued for a little while. And I said, just make a field. And then she did. And so it's like suspended in a field.
So you were
And,
talking about an energy field, and she was
right.
talking about like a grazing field, and there was
Right.
now there's an.
Both good.
A bit of a who's on first. But she gave me this.
And he pulls out this little stone token that, as me and Harlan discussed, will kind of pop the the hat into existence at a appropriate place.
Yeah, it is a
Be that an actual field.
Inappropriate place.
Right.
It is a water balloon of magic. That you
Yes.
Magic Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, except the other way around. Yeah.
What do we
Pikachu,
get
I
from-
choose 10,000 of you.
What do we get from Heroes Feast?
Oh, everything. Let me tell you.
Nice.
Let me tell you about it. It's so much shit. Okay,
eat the
so
food.
Like telling
Right.
us while we're eating. Oh, also, you get this.
Also, this food that we're eating, I made some special herbs and stuff, and it gives us partakes of the feast gates following benefits. Creature is cured of all diseases and poison, becomes immune to poison and being frightened. Makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Its hit point maximum also increases by 2d10, which is 18, team.
Whoa.
Not
Good
bad.
rolls.
It gains the same number of hit points. So you get 18 and you gain 18. And then all that other shit.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, cool.
And those are not temporary hit points either.
The real,
Yeah, those are
Love that.
It's the real deal.
the real
HPs.
juicy units.
I will scan
yeah.
the food into my memory bank.
Scanning JPEGs
We're
of
gonna
breakfast.
do like a
Uploading
frozen entree
breakfast.
Heroes Feast brand.
Terrifying.
Wait, so yeah, give us a seat a little bit too, as K.A.I is preparing breakfast for the whole crew, but Moonboy is really helping. Like, I mean, like providing it, kind of. You know, this like magical flavoring that gives it the ability to be this augmented thing. Like, I want to hear that scene a little bit.
I think the way I'm picturing it is Kai kind of like doing Kai's sort of automated breakfast thing where his arms split open into various utensils and kind of almost like Pee Wee Herman's breakfast machine style. But Moonboy's in the back where like all the ingredients are, and he's like, you know, sprinkling magic herbs here and there and making mushrooms grow and passing them to Kai to cook up for breakfast, and you know, grabbing things out of the fridge and giving them a little bing as he imbues them with this moon magic.
Totally.
No nectar for me.
Yeah.
It's different jars. These are different jars.
The jugs, and I lean into Klik. I'm like, you
Not an animal.
washed his hands?
I don't. No way. Have you ever seen him wash his hands?
You look over and you see him like licking his hands and washing his ear like a cat. So it's like kind of is the answer.
No, that's so much worse.
This is how I do it.
Oh my god.
It's like a cat taught him how, and that's the only way he knows how.
Are
At least it smells good.
Oliphanticulus and the Moon Girl here?
Yeah, they've Oliphanticulus has been here the whole time. He woke up immediately when Aurigula was yelling and kind of has just been like immediately didn't address the situation, just started making tea in his chair. And the Moon Girl eventually, once Aurigula had calmed down and left, she rolls out with her like severed hand rotating her head and the small moon rotating her head, and she's like holding her head with her one hand and being like, "Oh my gosh, last night was very fun." And the whole crew is kind of here now. Cobble comes in here. Goliathan is in here now, as well as Relic. And they're even in kind of like in the corner chit-chatting with Relic a bit, holding a hover crumpet that he plucked from the air is the rider, Flute's a demonic version of Flute. Just kind of like this warped imitation of him hanging out in the corner.
My warlock patron.
What?
Can I hear what they're talking about over there?
Yeah. You hear? Actually, roll a perception check.
Yeah, Moonboy's. Who's the writer talking to?
Relic.
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 Yeah, Moonboy's gonna bring them some of the breakfast, and he's gonna go, Relic, dickhead. and walk away.
I got an 8.
See, and cool. So then you know that the writer knows that you're listening to him, but he's still very clearly like, and that's why I can't give you any more powers, Relic. Because no one trusts me here, and it's my duty to just help how Flute commands it, and so he doesn't trust me to just give you more powers, so I can't do it. And Relic's like, all right, well, I didn't really ask, but it is good to know.
Just letting him know that he's been rejected for the powers program.
I regret to inform you.
I didn't even apply. Well, you didn't get it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's like your phone ringing. They're like, "We're passing on your show." What? I didn't even pitch it.
I didn't pitch it.
Well, if you
Finish
do
the
pitch
script.
one, we don't.
I
want
heard.
it.
Yes.
I heard you had a show.
Yeah.
So.
When will you be finished with the script? Couple of weeks? Okay, we'll pass on at that.
Yeah. I'll call back in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
This is actually more of a general dismissal. There's nothing specific about
Yeah, totally.
it. Just dismiss the
Yeah,
idea of working with you.
he's now the writer's now going down the list of all the boons he could grant Relic, but is not able
Good
to.
lord.
Poor Relic.
And
Oh
yeah,
man,
he's
fire vision, ice vision, piss vision, nectar vision, vape vision,
Whoa. I could
all
use
the
that.
elements.
What did you do last night, Klik?
Yeah, I think Klik's just sort of being quiet. She still hasn't read this piece of paper that was given to her last night by 3 gods. Not in tears. She's a little worried that it was a hallucination and that like the leaf won't still be in her pocket. But she looks up when K.A.I speaks to her and is like, I saw Aldous and Gluck after the party.
Oh, that's nice. I've been
Yeah,
meaning to
they're-
catch up with Aldous.
They were really
some point.
gone. It's another time's probably better, but you know.
Yes,
it's nice to see them.
figured. How's Aldous?
Good. A little less, terrified than we saw him last, but I imagine he still has some of that fear and warning in him. We didn't spend much time talking about the impending doom of multiple planes. His party, yeah.
Good, good.
So yeah. No, they're good. They're good.
Very good.
They're good.
I mostly worked. I carved out a little bit of space over in the Spelljammer hangar. They have a ship for you.
What?
Beautiful.
What kind of ship?
It's one of the Chosk-Cha, the new fleet. It's one of the new. We worked on the design a little bit before we left previously.
Oh,
of
yeah,
the,
I remember these.
Crescent
Very cool.
Githka ships. They're very nice, and
Wow.
I have one set aside for you.
Can't believe they actually got to it. Kreens aren't really known for making off-world ships. We tend to just sort of hoof it. So that's great. They've come a long way.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Speaking
taught
of
'em a lot.
ships, we had another ship briefly that I had made for us. And, well, long story short, it was mostly destroyed by mind flares.
What? We left it in that bush. We
I know,
covered
it
it
seemed
up
like
and
we
everything.
hid it so well in the bush, and yet
Yeah.
it was
And then left
found
it for 2 months.
and mostly destroyed. We did. But I was working on something new. I thought maybe that could kind of be a little bit more homey for everybody, where everybody could, pull up their other ships and stuff, and just like have a place wherever we go. And Goliath and I was thinking that maybe it's time for King Omnidrus to move. If he's amenable, and if you are, you would obviously have a place on board, but Dinger's well known across realities as a fugitive vessel.
Wait, I mean, what do you mean? He moves around all the time. We like fly around. That's what we've been doing since I've rescued him from the other plane.
I know.
What do you mean move?
It's just a possibility.
I think he means transplant.
Change ships.
Yeah.
Just new walls. Somewhere that offers a little bit more protection than just running away.
That hasn't been going too bad. You say, and you could see Goliath's kind of like having a little bit of a rough time with this, like out of the gates. He's like, "Well, what do you? I mean, we've just been together since the beginning. Like, what do you? I'm so confused. I mean, we can just keep the ship here if you're worried about it being distracted and you want to protect dang Omnidris. And you kind of haven't seen the captain be this verbose since he was like trying to throw you off the scent of him being a fugitive and hiding the sentient helm in the very beginning. And he's like overly chatty almost immediately because he's like, well, I mean, I don't know this and that and this and that.
I know that you want to protect Omnidris, but it's not just the two of you anymore, and he's more than just a helm. And this is more than just a ship.
Roll a persuasion check. Let's just see how the old Goliath does with this. Oh, no. Hold on.
That is a natural 20.
Mommy.
Sit down, Goliath.
Hell yeah. Just to be clear, you got a natural 20 on
I did. I rolled a
roll.
natural 20 on the 20-sided die.
Aaron rolled so hard that it crashed the channel.
20.
Organic 20.
Outside access. Grain-fed 20.
You've known Goliath in a long time here, right? And you kind of like seen his unfolding in front of you a little bit, and you understand that the reason he's been so cautious for so long too is because he has this very valuable thing that he doesn't really fully understand, but he at least has this connection with it and knows that he is not harming anyone by having it and using it and letting it live in the world just by flying his ship around. And so he's very nervous about, one, it being a tool that is used and going into, even though he trusts you a lot, it's still going into the hands of powerful people, being used in big world stuff. And two, it's kind of separating him from his longest bud a little bit. So he clearly trusts you and clearly will go along with it, but that's, with that nat 20 insight roll, like you just know Goliath and well enough that
perception. Or persuasion.
Sure, it's all of them here with your buddy, your long friend Goliath, and like kind of just saying
my
to him,
my long friend Goliath.
Your long friend.
Hello, my long
boy.
So yeah,
didn't we tell you Goliathan was in Longend overnight?
Yeah,
oh my God! What happened?
The Willy
to
Wonka
you?
machine.
No.
He crossed Willy Wonka in the night.
Linguinification. The linguine. Well.
So I mean, that's kind of yours to do whatever you want with. Is like he definitely will go along with whatever you say, but that's just what he's feeling on top of that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'm not just telling him that. I'm sort of asking talking about it in front of everyone.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame to leave our old home, but we've sort of outgrown it.
We have.
Maybe we can get a ballista launcher that Relic actually can use.
Yeah, the old one's real broken, says Relic across the room.
It's broken.
Indeed.
You're right.
Skill issue, Relic.
We'll have a whole different system for that.
Automatic one.
Maybe get one that we can control with like a remote control, and we can shoot it, and then Relic will be like, yeah, and we'll be like, good job.
Sky's the limit, my friend. Right, we'll have a, when
It'll just be
of The
like
Simpsons when she
bumper
has her
ballistics
fake-
shooting. Oh, her fake steering wheel.
Fake
Yeah.
little steering
Right,
wheel.
right, exactly.
It'll be like
And it'll be good for her self-esteem too.
He's right here.
Oh,
No.
hello. You have bad self-esteem,
idiot.
and you're ugly too.
Yeah. The rider goes, I also can't help you with that. I'm sorry.
Shut up.
I think I can help with, he says, and he whistles. He puts his fingers in his mouth as whistles, and you see, he's like, wait for it. And then Flute, you see kind of like, you hear a vroomf. And the rider goes, check it out. Up top, buddy. Looking at you, Flute.
Oh. What did you do?
Oh, I just, helped out. Sorry.
Venture up to the top deck.
Yeah, he just like floats through the ceiling, and when you get up there, you see your bike here. Your smaller ship.
Oh, whoa, sick.
Yeah, and it is somehow completely intact and untouched. It is just sitting on the deck of the Dinger.
I forgot the name. What is it called? Stygia's Sight?
Stygia's
Was that what it's
Sight.
called? Yeah, I'll kind of run over like,
I call it the bat-faced girl.
what? Yeah. I'll kind of like run my hands over like, what? How? Where was it?
Let me guess. Hell?
I took
always
it
guess
there
that.
for a short period of time. I just kind of swallowed it, but to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's still pretty sweet, even if it has been to hell. Probably more sweet for it, honestly.
Yeah, it's probably good for the provenance of the whole bike. That it gets garaged in hell.
Get some hell energies in there.
Wow. This is great.
I'm very helpful, says the rider to you.
Seem this once, maybe so.
Moonboy's like shaking his head, and he just doesn't like him. Nothing that this guy can do will make him like him.
Same.
Klik's downstairs and she sticks her hand in her pocket. Just like, is there a leaf in there? Is there a leaf in there? And finds the rolled up note that she received from the not gods, the avatars, in the pit. And unfurls it at the dinner table as secretly as she can.
Roll a stealth check.
Yeah. Yes. Stealth. 17.
Cool. You see, no, everyone is distracted. Olafenticulus is kind of feeding Clang some tea and chit-chatting with the Moon Girl. And the Moon Girl is very hungover, but is so happy to be talking to Olafenticulus that she's just fully absorbed in that. Relic has run upstairs to follow Flute and the Windrider and everybody else. And the only person, Goliathan is kind of moping but eating a little bit. And the only person who notices is Cobble. And she
always does, that old bat.
Yeah. She doesn't say anything. She just looks at you as you're like looking into your pocket, and she looks up and you just make eye contact to her, and she's like, she just like walks into a cabinet as if she's not paying attention, and kind of disappears.
Would you like me to read it? Or
I mean, it's
is
up to
this
you.
for my eyes?
No, it is truly something that you can share with the crew on screen right now if you want to, but you do not have to. Yeah, I'm happy to give you some instruction with it if you want to read it, but you also can just hold on to it, read it first, and decide as you wish.
Yeah, she'll leave it. She'll read it quietly for now.
Cool.
And slip it back into her pocket, kind of mumbling about Cobble.
Cool. You all see, or after a bit here, the Moon Girl kind of like clears her throat and has had enough water and chit chat, and she looks over at you all and she says, she's kind of like gestures for Relic to go run off and asks him to go get the rest of you as you all come back around the dinner table of the dinner here. And she says, I have someone who I would like you all to meet.
Who's that?
In my journeys, I knew that at one day, once you all returned, though I failed in getting in touch with Florial, I did succeed in meeting an old contact. And this contact may be able to open a few doors for you, and I mean that quite literally. She says, so where do you all wish to go next? Because I have someone who may be able to help you open one of those doors, and could provide maybe a shortcut if you needed him to. He's not going to be someone who's He's not going to help us save the world, but he will open a door or two for you. So, I believe that you all have a plan. I know you have a list, and it's cooking. And so my goal here is to just do nothing but help you all for now. And she says, so what do you all wish to do next from your list?
What do we wish to do next?
So Janice is on the throne with the mind flayers, or with Power Face and the Beholders.
It's true.
I think we kind of have to go there.
I need to get my hat back first. Can we make a quick stop?
At a field? Or
At
a
a
place you
field.
can blast a bunch of elementals?
Right. Or maybe...
Saving a power hose of tiny creatures is...
could come in handy.
Plus,
Alright.
I mean, you need your hat back.
I do need a hat. And he kind of like feels the top of his head. There's nothing on it and feels quite naked. Need something at least.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird, right?
I keep thinking that you're someone else, that we're under
I know.
attack or something.
Me too. I punched myself in the face 3 times.
Oh,
Startled myself. That's what it
do
was. Came around the corner, and the instinct kicked in, you know? Training.
You recognize yourself by your hat? Your hat is
yeah.
Moonboy. You're plenty powerful without your hat.
Kind of looks down at his feet. Doesn't seem to really believe it.
Here. And Klik will take the empty nectar jar and put it upside down on Moonboy's head.
Incredible.
Like,
Just a sleepy,
Besides-
that
little
is
weirdo.
just as powerful
Just
as
a-
your hat. You're the power inside your hat.
it's true, you are the
Ripping
power.
down the sides of his face.
Thanks, guys.
The way that your face is shaped, though, you really should be wearing a hat.
I know, I've
A
got
tall
a hat
hat is
face.
good for your...
I know.
You know, when
Otherwise,
I was leaving from Regna, I was being overrun by mind flayers. We could try to take that city back, get a foothold.
We brought the Beholders here to fight the Mind Flayers with us. It feels like we should at least use their help if we can get it.
that does make sense. If we can try to deal with Powerface somehow. I don't know what we need to do. We need to talk to him or fight him or what, but...
I may have chatted with Powerface a little bit last night. He might not want to deal with me, so if
You chatted with him? Did he
Ah,
come in
yes.
your dreams again?
Not much. Yeah, sort of. Kind of like that.
That
Just
bastard.
a quick chat, but I might not be someone that he wants to see. So if we go there, then perhaps I can hide, or I can meet you somewhere after that.
What did you do to
What-
him?
what are
Didn't
we
you
discussing right now?
explicitly bring him here in order
I
to help?
used his magic on him, and I told him to leave me alone and
Oh my
stay out
god,
of my
did you
dreams.
Powerface?
Yes, I
Told him to stay out of your
learned
dreams?
Power
some magic,
fluted him?
and I
It's incredible, dude.
That's great.
Ah, what a power move. Total flutery.
Power.
but
Total
he doesn't seem like the
flutery.
type who was going to react well.
What did you say to him?
I threatened to haunt his dreams forever if he didn't leave me alone.
You stood up to him. You're supposed to stand up to bullies.
fine.
Maybe he'll respect that.
This is such a power move.
Probably
Maybe he's
not.
What was his dream like?
Yeah, was it weird?
It was so
Is it
sad.
pervy?
He was
Was he
calling
giving-
himself Big Daddy and dancing around wild space. It was
pretty
it was
pervy.
pretty
Just
bad.
well,
It wasn't
that's
even
why
around,
he's not going to want to
Calling
see you.
himself daddy?
original. Yeah.
He's just embarrassed. He doesn't.
That's a bit on the nose.
Anyway, if you are negotiating with him and it's going poorly, just refer to him as Big Daddy and see if that turns things around.
That does
I am not
seem
calling
like
him
something
that.
we have on him.
Daddy
What else?
Longstalks, maybe.
If not him, then what?
Yeah, I mean, we could go fight the Mind Flayers, but that seems like a losing battle.
All of them? The whole...
That's why we brought the beholders here, so we had a little bit of backup. But it seems like the Kreen are
Even us and the
in
Kreen
better
against the
fighting
Mind
shape.
Flayers are... I mean,
tough
we're
fight.
vastly outnumbered. I don't think we could...
Well,
We couldn't...
if we
fight
have
them.
no chance against the
Oh.
Mind Flayers without the beholders, then there's not a lot on this list that doesn't involve
Holy
dealing with
moly,
one
got
of those
another
issues
raid.
Hi, friends.
We also, Janice is sitting on the throne and getting ever bigger.
Right, that does seem like
This
a
is
problem.
true.
Sentient News.
We got a raid from Swole Initiative Network. Shout out.
Bonjour.
Thank you
Hey,
so much.
thanks, guys. Welcome. Look at those buff arms in there.
Swole Initiative. Hell yeah. I love it.
Thanks for the raid,
Wow.
guys.
Incredible.
What up?
Y'all seem
Welcome.
fun.
What do you guys think, Swole Initiative? Do we go fight a bunch of beholders, or do we go or negotiate with a bunch of beholders, or do we go fight a whole army of mind flayers?
Yeah, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't
There has to
situation.
be... I mean, we have to have more options than just...
I mean, we deal
talking
with
to Powerface
Flower Flav.
feels like a real option. Taking the fight directly to the Mind Flayers does not.
Okay. I think
I will say, says the Moon Girl, he could also get you, if you wanted to get to the Tears of Saloon quickly and join up with your fish folk friends, he could get you over there fairly easily. And if you wanted to
That's right.
get to the,
That's
if you
not
want
even
to-
on my list.
if you want to go to where I failed, I cannot go again. But he could open up that door to you. He opened up that door to me once.
Where did you fail? Finding
it's going
Florial?
to get Florial.
Yes, on the world tree, the Yggdrasil. I was trying to find him where he's cooped himself up there, and the Undying Queen found me first. So if you want him to open up that door and you want to go chasing down that pathway, she looks at you all and she goes, Oli and I need to stay far away from the Undying Queen. But if you all wish to take a swing, I know that you have grown up quite a lot and work well together. So you may succeed where I fail, but I warn you, you could run into her there, as she has presence all over the World Tree at this moment.
She's looking for the two of you specifically?
She would just be happy to destroy the two of us to solve a couple of her problems quickly.
Like what?
I say we do it. The Moon Girl's wisdom is deep.
I don't think she's suggesting that we go there. We don't need Florial. What do we need
But
Florial?
but listen.
What do we gain?
No,
from
no.
Florial?
Sorry. We need to go to the Tears of Saloon. We could have a fishfolk army. That would be incredible.
We might as well.
They love Klik, or they love Flute. You could do some
Not me.
you could do some Messiah stuff to them.
I think they've got someone now.
Really
Speaking
manipulate them.
I should probably check in with him. Does anyone have a sending stone I could borrow?
Sure.
Of course. Don't
Yeah.
give it to any strangers.
I won't.
Klik will give her rocky-talkie.
Yeah, I'll kind of duck out and into like a corridor. Breeze Traveler, this is Flute. Breeze Traveler, come in.
You hear nothing for a moment from your as you speak into this walkie-talkie and you try and reach this fish folk who adopted a persona that looks just like you, and he's like dressed like you, and who you met, and he worships you, but who you saw in a vision too is leading an armada against the Mind Flayers and kind of fighting against them right now.
That's right.
Outside of the Tears of Saloon as well, because he's you told him to go there and to try and like rally troops, and he's both defending you saw his armada both defending against the Mind Flayers and kind of taking up some space seemingly to have occupied a section of the Tears of Saloon. And then you hear, after a significant pause, you hear, shit. Windrider?
Flute, but yeah, that works too.
You've returned. I must ask before we continue, does this count as one of the 3 times I'm allowed to reach out to you?
I forgot I put all those rules on him.
Well, he was gonna be on that thing 24/7 if you hadn't.
This is just me reaching out to you, just checking in. We've been gone, so now we're finally back on the material plane.
It's fantastic, you hear him say. I am so happy. I've been working so hard for you. We have been raising troops and powers, and we've been doing our best to fight the war, and we've surrounded the last home of the Meridian Tract. We have them pinned down, he says, but we're trying to hold ourselves off of Mind Flayers, but there's also this rogue Kuatoa group that is fighting back against me, saying we're heretics for loving you, and you just see him all, you just hear it all spill out. Like he's been trying so hard to not to carry this on his own and to not contact you with any of this information. As soon as he talks to you, it's just flowing out.
Just uncorks.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just kind of like rubbing my forehead a lot. I'm like listening to him, but I'm leaning with my head on the wall of the ship.
Absolutely.
It's this rogue faction wouldn't be led by Hoop, would it?
It is. How he's like, you are all knowing and so powerful.
I've truly made some mistakes.
Yeah.
You've
You've really fractured a religion here.
I've created a whole the troubles.
Yeah.
Just if I could question for the DM, do I This is just me, the player, forgetting it. Where's the Meridian Trek base? We knew where it was.
In the Tears of Saloon, outside of.
It is in the Tears
yeah,
of.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
This like moon cluster of asteroids that is orbiting Toril.
Yeah, I'll kind of cut him off as he's kind of rattling on. And I'll be like, okay, Priest Traveler, I have to get back to the group. We're just doing a bit of strategizing, but I wanted to check in, and I'll be in contact once I have more information.
Okay, well, he says, but this doesn't count as the one time that me reaching out to you, right? Okay,
This is me. This is me reaching out to you.
Well, I will continue in your name.
Right, if you have to. Okay. All right.
Flute.
A flute's fine.
Yeah.
Flute works. Okay. Over and out. Hold the line.
I love you.
I already said over and out. Thank you. I think I come back in and I'm handing Klik the Rocky Talkie when he says that. You just hear this little
Did you hear
fish
him? I know.
voice.
I said I love you. I said I love you. You hear over the Rocky Talkie.
Yes, I got it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's so nice.
You're also in the room with like 3 or 4 other people that have Rocky Talkies, so they heard the whole conversation.
So they heard it all.
Yeah.
They heard it all.
Why are your hands so wet?
It was great. Nothing. It's just
Kai, can you make a few more of these? It feels like we're gonna have to leave these with some allies around the planets.
I will add it to the list.
You gonna make some more walkie-talkies?
You all.
It feels like if we leave one,
walkie-talkies.
like if we leave one here, then we could like summon a Kreen army when we need them. If we leave one, like if Flute needs one again.
I mean, this
Aldous,
sounds like
we
the
could give
plan,
Aldous
right?
one. I think we go to the Tears of Saloon and try.
I think so too.
and
It
save
does
some
make
of these.
sense.
Yeah,
Let's
I think you're right.
Let's tell that to Moon Girl then.
What? Yeah. What about the Tears of Saloon? Leloon.
Yeah, the Moon Girl says, I know that he
Again.
can do that for sure.
Could your friend send a ship?
She says, where you're going, you won't need a ship.
All right.
Love that.
And
So familiar somehow.
Aren't we going into wild space?
she says, not with his doors. And cool. I think that is specifically kind of like where I want to call this session with her getting getting excited and getting busy to call her friend here. But
Who's this door creep? Who do we know who's a door freak?
It is our guest
freak.
next week.
Oh my goodness.
I know. We
We haven't had a guest in forever.
Wild.
Since Eli.
Yeah.
Holy moly, cool.
We have
Door
exciting.
freak. Door freak.
Door freak. Door freak.
Door freak.
Yeah.
What you doing here, door
Whoa,
freak?
whoa.
Like, wow, thanks for having me.
Bully our guests.
If you've watched our one shot, some of you might be familiar, or if you watched his dungeon episode, London Carlisle is going to be our
Hell yeah.
guest next week.
Very
That
cool.
rules.
So
Love
he
London.
is a very cool character idea, and I was excited to find a time to weave it in here. So here we
Nice.
go.
Very cool.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
When first we practice to deceive.
Before we get out of
What a
here
tangled web.
for tonight, I do want to show
wait.
you all something in Roll20 again, and also I'll show it to you as well, chat, because K.A.I has now mentioned this ship to you, Klik, and I think that he's mentioned it enough and kind of like for you to have enough of an idea, and we can kind of do a little bit of off-camera of plans being exchanged hands. But there is some very
Whoa,
cool
fucking
map art
incredible.
from this Kreen ship from our very own Joshua Smith, the person who makes our maps
amazing.
here.
So sweet.
So
It's so good. It looks like a fucking horseshoe crab or something. God,
Right?
Spelljammer is cool.
I went like
Yeah.
a giant to grab it and kill something with it.
It does look like a big horseshoe crab. It's so sweet.
Very cool.
yeah, it's very cool. So, Klik, we have a little bit of off camera maintenance that K.A.I set up for you as well. of talking to this like the Kreen Armada mechanics here, that you can customize the ship a little bit in the way the same way K.A.I is passively putting together a ship and Flute has his ship. So there's just one party member left who we need to get a ship here. So
Giant sneaker.
What?
Yeah, Mouse.
He's got flying shoes. He's done.
Yeah.
I put a water skiing rope behind my little.
Wait,
Yeah.
what's her
Space
name?
motorcycle.
Jamarella. Star.
Oh yeah.
Della.
What
my
was
God.
her name?
Oh, you
Star.
renamed her too. Is the thing?
Yeah, Jammer was in there
I thought
somewhere.
it was Jammer. It doesn't yet. A
think it
very
was
good surfboard.
Jamarella.
If you're watching this, you have no idea what we're talking about. We did a very fun 3-part series where Jordan's surfboard character got the jam of his dreams. I will say.
Okay,
Nice.
Jamarella was the
Jam.
original name.
Startilda. It was Startilda.
Startilda.
Yes.
That's it.
Amazing.
Incredible.
All right. Great. Jordan, shout out to your Honeymoth store for Regula. Very cool. We've been
Very
sitting on that one
good.
for
Thank
a
you.
second there. I'm excited to put together this Kreen ship that has been in the making for a while. And
Honestly, now I'm liking the idea of the Moonboy just like water skiing behind our ship in a cardboard box as we spell jam.
I'm picturing a chariot pulled by starry moon lizards.
That's amazing. Or 150 tiny moon badgers.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. You just have the
On
hacks
Radagast
and
on
exhaust
Prancer, on
yeah,
David,
yeah.
type,
on
and you just
Timothy,
vent animals
on
to
Arnold.
rocket through wild space.
And
You
then the
just
last
plug the hat in the
80
back. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
use it as a.
And the last 80 or so are just called Kevin, all of them.
Kevin, on Kevin, on Kevin, on Kevin, on Kevin, on Kevin,
On
on
Kevin.
Kevin, and Kevin, on Kevin, Kevin,
No,
and
that
Kevin.
Kevin.
Let's just fade out on this.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin the
Let's
red-nosed
get out of here.
Kevin.
All right.
We'll see you next Monday.
Thanks, y'all. See you next week.
Kevin the red-nosed Kevin.
Navigator, Moonboy, Klik, the Crusher, K.A.I, Humbly Chef, and the Windrider, Flute, Whimteaser. They're better than he.